In a world that's all about quick DMs and emails that just get lost in the shuffle, there's one tool that still, somehow, commands attention: the formal letter. So today we're going to dig into why this seemingly old-school method is actually one of the most powerful keys you have for professional communication.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? You spend all this time crafting the perfect message. You hit send on something really important, and then crickets, just total silence. It's so frustrating. But what if the problem isn't your message, but the way you're sending it?
And this slide, it just nails the difference. An email, well, it's temporary. It's designed to be lost in a crowded inbox. But a formal letter? Now, that has some real weight to it. It's a permanent record. It represents an entire institution, and it just demands to be taken seriously. I mean, just think about it. Getting a physical, properly formatted letter forces you to stop and focus in a way a little notification on your screen never will.
So how do you write a letter that actually works to get you the results you want? Well, it's not about just following a bunch of dusty old rules. It's about strategy. It's about building your credibility before the reader even gets to your main point.
And that whole strategy really comes down to 4 key principles. Let's break them down one by one, starting with what I think is the most important of all.
Okay, first up, audience awareness. Honestly, this is the big one. You have to stop writing for yourself and start writing for the person who's actually going to read it. What do they need to know? What questions are going to pop into their head? Your letter has to anticipate all of that and answer those questions right from the get-go. Just look at the difference here. When you get it right, the letter feels personal. It feels respectful. But when you get it wrong, you end up sending a generic form letter that's filled with internal jargon. Like acronyms that only your team understands. It basically tells the reader you couldn't be bothered to think about them for 2 seconds.
Next up is tone. This is basically the personality of your letter. And the goal here is to sound professional and confident, yeah, but also respectful. You're trying to find that perfect sweet spot. You don't want to be cold and bureaucratic, but you also don't want to be overly casual and familiar.
And believe me, getting the tone wrong is a fatal flaw. I mean, obviously, writing, "Hey, what's up?" is way too casual. But using that super bureaucratic language like, "Per your aforementioned request," makes you sound like a robot. It's all about finding that professional, confident middle ground.
Okay, our third key is purpose clarity. This one's pretty simple. Get to the point and get there fast. A busy person needs to know why you're writing within the first paragraph. No fluff, no long, rambling intros, just get right to it. Hiding your main point is such a classic mistake, and it just screams disorganization. A clear, upfront purpose, on the other hand, shows that you're competent and that you respect the reader's time. They know exactly why they're reading and what you need from them instantly. And our final key, conciseness and clarity. Every single word in your letter needs to have a job. If a sentence isn't adding real value, just cut it out. And you've got to be specific. Vague language just creates confusion and makes your whole message weaker.
I mean, just look at the difference here. A vague reference like "in the near future" means absolutely nothing. But using a specific date, that gives your letter authority and sets a very clear expectation. Remember that. Specifics are power.
All right, so we've covered the strategy, the why. Now let's get practical and look at the actual structure. This is the professional blueprint that shows you know the rules of the game.
So the gold standard for this is called block-style format. It's super clean, it's modern, and it's really easy to read. Everything is just aligned to the left margin. And this isn't just about making it look pretty. Following this standard is like a nonverbal signal that you're a professional who knows how things are done.
So here's the basic skeleton of it. You've got your info and the date up top, then the recipient's info, a formal opening, then the body, that's where you make your case, and finally a professional closing with your signature. It's just a simple, logical flow from top to bottom. Let's break that down just a little more. Every single component here has a critical job. The date, for instance, isn't just for show, it's a legal and record-keeping tool. The inside address officially identifies who the letter is for. And a proper salutation, like "Dear Dr. Santos," sets a respectful tone right from the very beginning. Every piece has a purpose.
So let's see what happens when we put all of this stuff together. How do these principles actually turn a weak, forgettable message into one that has a real impact?
Okay, here's a super typical weak closing. It's passive, it's vague. I mean, what does "soon" even mean? It puts all the work and all the pressure on the reader, and it just projects a total lack of confidence. This kind of closing is basically where good intentions go to die. Now look at this. This is the powerful alternative.
It's confident, it's direct, it gives a specific action, confirm receipt, and a crystal clear deadline. This isn't some passive hope, it's a professional directive that actually moves things forward.
At the end of the day, every formal letter you send is a statement. It's a statement about your professionalism. It's your chance to show you're clear, respectful, and competent. So the next time you sit down to write one, just ask yourself, what is this letter going to say about me? Thanks for tuning in.